Welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess, the go-to podcast for ambitious women ready to stop pretending, start aligning, and finally build success your way. I'm your host, Danielle McKinley, speaker, business and wealth strategist, and your go-to problem-solving hype girl. Here, we'll help you unlock powerful mindset shifts, discover your magic, and bring your dream life into reality. Each week, I'll deliver raw stories, proven business strategies, and powerful transformations with industry leaders to activate the magic in you. So if you're ready to ditch the pressure, the performative BS, and the noise telling you who you should be, hit subscribe and let's make some magic. Welcome back to another episode of Magic's in the Mess. I am sitting here with two powerhouse guests. I cannot wait to pull back the curtain on their journeys. We have Whitney and Stephanie, and welcome to the show, my girls.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So as you know here, we are all about the messy middle and talking about the moments where we learn the most because let's face it, the hard stuff is how we move forward. So would each of you be so kind to first introduce yourselves? Let's hear a little bit about you. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Okay, so my name is Stephanie Hanna. I'm a lawyer by trade, and I've got two kids who are 7 and 8, two stepkids who are 22 and 25, and I have lived in Columbus for the last 18 years or so, and I also have a business called The Other 85, where I coach women and other executives on the other 85, which is anything that's the non-technical skill of a job. So relationship building, networking, having difficult conversations, boundaries, and then I co-host the Capture Your Confidence podcast with this one.
Oh, just that? Just a few little things.
Just a thing here or there she does.
So the good news is I know we're going to pull some messy moments out of that because you don't get to that many things without going through some shit.
Oh, yes.
All right, my girl Whit, tell us what's up.
My name is Whitney Abraham, and I am the founder of Your CMO & Co. It is a fractional CMO marketing agency where we support female entrepreneurs in taking all the marketing parts of their business and running it for them so that they get to show up like the CEOs that they want to show up as. And it didn't start that way. Actually, this is not my first foray into entrepreneurship. I've had a couple of businesses that went really well and spent years as a business coach to women. And today I'm so proud to be able to work alongside women, helping them elevate their messaging and do their work for good.
Okay, so shameless plug for my dear friend. We just spent the whole day crafting a launch for me, getting content, and I was lucky enough to be in the room with you when CMO & Co. came to life. Like you were like, I know what I'm going to call it. And if you are looking for help with that, like look no further because today was incredible. So it has been so fun. I feel like I've known you in your blooming season where I didn't know you when you were in your hard stuff, but we can talk about the hard stuff, which I love. So let's just dive right in. Would both of you share with me a moment in your career and journey that was totally pivotal, where it was really fucking hard when it was happening, and now you look back and you're like, man, that taught me so much.
So actually, we were just talking about what we wanted to talk about beforehand. When you were talking, I decided an immediate audible because it was there was like another moment where I was like, holy crap, that's the moment. And it stems so much from why I think we connect with each other so much. I built a business where I had a team underneath me, and one of my team members built a competitive offer, like literally right while she was working with me, competitive to the business that she was helping me run, instead of having a conversation with me about like collaborating. And because I was like in this phase where I was telling myself that if I were truly abundant, I wouldn't be worried about this, and there's like plenty of room for everyone to run. I told myself I wasn't allowed to be upset, so I kept like suffocating all of my like heartache and fears about like being taken advantage of, you know? Yeah. And what that did in my life and in my career is it made me feel like I couldn't trust women. And so it took me years of undoing a lot of these like core wounds about trusting women to be able to get to this place where I can collaborate with women, clap and mean it when they're successful, like all of these things. And to me, like that moment of heartache taught me so much about what I value and what I'm capable of. And it took me so long to get to a place of being able to get over it.
Okay, I know so many people that are listening are nodding their head yes. Maybe they're going through a moment of betrayal, of feeling, because this can happen in friendship too. And I used to think that when you got older, like mean girls went away, and they don't. It's just different. It's a different type of mean girl. So I have this concept that is why you should think assholes, and that story fits so perfectly in it because it made you look at what do you value. It made you do a deep dive, and look at the beautiful magic that's come out of it. You now have a cohort of friends that are true cheerleaders.
And you know what's wild is I can look at that circumstance and I can tell you wholeheartedly that she's not an asshole. That she literally was doing the best she could with what she had, and she didn't have the true abundance wiring to think about collaborating in that way. And like she literally was just trying to make a way for herself. Like I really honestly don't harbor ill will. But for a while, like it took me so long to get there.
Oh, I love it. And it's so true. There's so much more power in going together than trying to compete. And it's shitty to go through those moments. I feel like we have them at some point in the human journey. And that's incredible. I'm glad to see that you're through it. Thank you for sharing that.
Always.
All right, Steph, let's hear yours.
Yeah, I love that. Thank an asshole. Like, I feel like I'm gonna now.
You have so many assholes to thank. I'll thank them for her. I know them all, and I will do it.
PSA, we're thanking all of Stephanie's assholes.
I know. I love that viewpoint. So I have run for office 3 times here in our local county to sit on our bench to be a judge in the court that I work at. And I have lost, but what's been interesting is they've all been very pivotal, and the most recent one I think has been the most pivotal. So this has been over the span of 8 years.
Why do you think that?
Because I have grown alongside the campaigns, and so I've been most in alignment with myself this most recent campaign last year, and the loss, what has been fueled by the loss, has happened, come to fruition this year, and has been bigger than what I could have anticipated a year ago.
What's really cool is that all of the things that she was running this last campaign on, she's still doing in the courthouse anyway. Even though she didn't win the seat as a judge, she's still putting in place the programs. She's still like walking the walk and doing the work that she ran her campaign on. And I had the joy and heartache, like deep heartache, of being alongside her and marketing the campaign. And I'm just telling you right now, not a bad word out of her mouth about another candidate during that campaign. Like literally ran it with the highest caliber of integrity I have ever witnessed an adult behave. It was magic. And I died when you did not win.
Yeah,
I literally was not okay.
Whitney's first foray into politics.
I'm not made for it.
You know, and I will say politics is it always needs a caveat because it's not parallel to real life.
It feels like it's not real,
but there's a lot of similarities, right, in the growth and the journey and, all the things that come with it.
So I have a question then. So were you with her for the first 2?
So I knew her during the
Were you close? Like, were you...
in the first campaign, we were not close.
Okay.
I knew her, but we were like just kind of getting to know each other. In the second campaign, we were definitely closer.
Yeah.
In the third campaign, we were like, she ran.
Okay, so you have one to compare it to. So what was her, and you feel free to answer this too, but I'm curious from like a third party perspective, was there a shift in her mental state, in her capacity to process things? What did that look like?
Do you know what's funny about Stephanie is she's always a cool cucumber. Okay, so you're never going to catch her off her rocker. So it doesn't really matter if it's campaign A, B, or C. She's still going to show you a stoic, like even expression, but I actually think she felt more even in the third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my question for you.
Yes, it didn't, it's almost like the loss is part of the game. It's part of politics, and I just embraced it, and it was okay, and I went into it knowing that was a likely outcome, a possible outcome.
Sure.
And that there would be a rebound, there would be something on the other side of it. So it was like just a lot more clarity and like, oh, it's going to suck. It's going to sting. It's okay. Go through it, but there's goodness on the other side.
I mean, that is gold because part of what gets you to the top is the ability to recover when you have the drops. And so if you relate that to anything, sports, business, relationship, friendship, the step back, the one that you just shared, right? But you were willing to step out and try and build that connection with females. You're going to run a 4th time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about when you reflect on the journey of the 3 losses so far. Is there something that sticks out for you as a lesson learned through each one?
Yeah, I think the first one, I was pregnant the entire campaign. I had my son October 5th, and the election was November 8th. And
when I said powerhouses, you see what I mean here, right?
So that one was and the race was really close.
Really tight.
And that one was you can do hard things, and I had a whole campaign of people being like, you're pregnant and walking in a parade, and it's too hot, and what are you doing? And I can't believe, it was just a lot of that. And then, I did
noise,
it,
a lot of outer noise.
So much noise.
Yeah.
For people who weren't running, who weren't pregnant, who,
Okay, let's pause there. Because when you're trying to build something big, you don't want to take advice from somebody who hasn't walked where you're going.
Yeah.
And that outside noise, even though it can be with love and people trying to protect you, you're pregnant, why are you outside in the heat? If you know you're meant for something, you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm forecasting right now she's going to win the 4th one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And what's interesting? So our mutual friend is one of the only people I know that has run for office while pregnant. And she was the one voice kind of in my ear being like, you got this. Don't listen to them. They said the same thing to me.
She freaking knew.
Don't, you'll be fine.
I
so
love
that was the first one. So the second one was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So all of your campaign window plans went out the window because we couldn't go in person anywhere. And so that was the lesson was you learn how to pivot and figure it out and keep going. And then this third one, my main goal was to bring a reentry docket to our county, which will help people as they're being released from prison. And last month we launched it. So it happened.
My gosh.
So the lesson there is just keep going. You don't need the thing you thought you needed to get
to do the thing.
But I feel like these 3 lessons can be applied to so many places, right? So the first one was quiet the noise. Mm-hmm. The second one was become unafraid to pivot, right? And the third one is power through. It doesn't have to look the way you see it. If you know something is supposed to be born, is meant to be here, be open to the fact that it could come to fruition a different way.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about watching my friend do this is that knowing that it doesn't matter whether she wins or she loses, she's still going to show up and do her work. And regardless of what happens with the 4th one, whenever that is, she's still going to show up and do that work. And she doesn't need a title to be able to do it, right? And she's proven that to herself this time. Watching that happen for a friend is the most magical thing.
Yeah, for you, because you've been so close to her through this one. Mm-hmm. And sometimes friendships are so powerful because when you're having a down day, you can be like, tell me what you see in me that's good, right? When you need that cheerleader. So what lessons did you learn from watching her?
I can't right now. I cannot.
They call me the cry coach, but this is a first, and I love it because we literally talked about this today. The photographer that we worked with today, she got some of the biggest news ever in your career. Could we say that? The last time she was doing a photo shoot, and she was with Holly, and it was genuine, cheerleader. I'm crying for you because I'm so freaking excited, and she's doing that for you right now.
Yeah. I'm really proud. She works really hard. She keeps her head up, and it doesn't matter what happens. She's still going to do her work, and it's
you're the best.
Yeah.
Can we just take a moment to tell anyone that's searching for a friend that these friendships exist?
Oh my God, if I could put it on a t-shirt, tattoo it on my forehead, I don't know. I'm telling you that there are women who will clap and they will mean it. And they will genuinely, deeply mean it. And they will be just as moved by your successes you are, I promise you. But it might take you until you're 40 to find them, okay?
Well, here's what I want to ask you, because you guys, there's somebody listening to this right now that's gosh, I want a friend like Whitney. I want a friendship like Whitney and Stephanie, right? So when you were in that betrayal season, let's call it, and you were I don't know if I can trust women. If you could go back to you, that previous version of you, what would you say to her?
Well, I think the entire time that I was feeling that way, I wanted to be able to trust women. There was a part of me that was I genuinely love being around women. I desire to have meaningful relationships with women that feels there's no ulterior motive, right? I wanted that deeply. And so I just kept telling myself that there's no reason that I would want something that I couldn't have. And I had to have faith, even though I couldn't see it in front of me at the time. I had to have faith that I could have deep, true, meaningful connections with women that there was no contention with.
Sure.
And what's funny is at the time that was happening in my life, we were friends. We just weren't as close. And I think I had to actually go through that in order to really deeply trust the people who were already there for me. Like I couldn't see what a good friend she was until I had that experience happen, and I had to learn how to trust her, like in that space, you know?
And that, my friends, is why we call this Magic in the Mess.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, because I know there's somebody that's listening to it and they're going, I'm in that stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have friends.
Yeah.
So what are some tangible steps that if somebody has either moved or they've gone through betrayal or they're looking for their cheering squad and they're ride or die, like we ride at dawn homies, what do they do to find that?
You have to put yourself out there. You have to meet people and try and see if it's the right fit. And, I don't know, like we were active with our friend, our mutual friend, right?
Sure.
We were active. That's really how we met, was through our mutual friend. But if I didn't go to her baby shower, I don't know, maybe we're not sitting here today.
No, definitely not.
Like,
There's no way. There's no way.
So if you're not putting yourself in the room, and I think our friend Kim does such a nice job of elaborating this, if you're not putting yourself in the room, there's no chance, right?
And also, like, fix your shit. Like, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, you can't, no one can be your friend if you can't allow them to be your friend.
Yeah.
Like, it was not Stephanie's fault that I wasn't ready to let her in. It was my fault for not doing the work to allow her to be the friend to me when she could have been this close to me years ago if I would have let her, right?
Yeah, and I always love being reminded of the fact that our closest friend circle is all in therapy consistently.
Yes.
That's got to be a huge thing. And
all
the people
of us
that we talk to that we love and respect, and even people we don't know well, like we just know that they're putting the inner work in. And I'm like, oh, that's why you're my people.
Yeah, and I think just even knowing too, it's like you were saying before that you didn't want to learn about how to build a business from someone who'd never built a business before. I don't want to learn how to have a meaningful connection with someone who won't have a meaningful connection with themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I love that. It's the mirror effect, right?
Yeah.
So is this happening because people are assholes, or is this happening because you're not ready and you haven't done the work?
Oh, spoiler, I think it's happening because I'm the asshole. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the asshole.
Sometimes the biggest asshole in our lives is ourselves.
We're the biggest roadblock.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing is you can change that. Like, you can decide one day that you're not going to be the roadblock anymore, and it's not going to be easy, but you can do the hard work to get there. And it's worth it to get to the other side and to realize, like, all those things that you're longing for, whether it's connection or success or, you know, whatever the thing is that you're chasing, like, that is on the other side of a decision for you.
Yeah. And it might be a hard path, but if you want it, you'll walk it.
Amen.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Any other standout moments in your journey that you've started thinking about or reflecting as we've been having these conversations today that you're like, that was a lesson moment that we could leave the listeners with?
Oh my God, there's like so freaking many.
First one that comes to mind.
Let's talk about the joint one at our workshop that we put on.
Oh my God, this is actually
Let's
so
hear it.
good. Okay, so Stephanie and I, when we first started collaborating together, we hosted a virtual workshop where we, you know, sold tickets to the workshop, and then we were going to teach it live. It was like a 3-hour workshop, which don't recommend a 3-hour virtual workshop, but whatever. We were rookies. We were figuring it out. So we sell this, and one person buys a ticket, and she comes to the Zoom, and she doesn't turn her camera on. So for 3 hours, Stephanie and I teach to a black screen.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
A black
It's
screen.
the offer that flopped.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's wild?
What happened after?
2 amazing things happened. Number 1, we kept going, and now we host a sold-out conference every single year together. But number 2, years later, we met that woman in person who was the black screen on that training, and she said that was so transformative and so helpful to me. And I had such a lack of confidence that I couldn't even turn on my camera.
Wow.
Like, literally, you think you're not making a difference for someone when you so are. And even if it's just one person, like, that was transformative for that one person, but we wouldn't have known because we couldn't see her, you know?
I know. And that led us to think about doing the podcast.
Yes.
And now our podcast is 4 years old. And we're about to host our 4th conference.
The ripple effect.
So yeah.
The ripple effect and the keep going. Okay, I love it. Tell our listeners where they can find you.
So you can find us at Capture Your Confidence, our podcast. We have episodes every single week where we talk about building confidence in career, life, and motherhood.
Yes.
We're on the
Okay.
socials.
I love it. Go check them out. They are worth a follow. Thank you for being a magic maker. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and we will see you next week.